Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome to the Mobile Theatre. My name is Matt. I'm going to be hosting the sessions throughout the afternoon. I work for Cycle. We're sponsoring this stage, and we have a rather unassuming stand just over behind you. So if you want to know a bit more about us, please come and say hello. Our next session today, we're joined by Steve Rothwell. Steve is the CEO of EagleEye Solutions, and is going to be talking to us today about mobile coupons. So please welcome Steve Rothwell.
Yeah, thank you. Hello. So very quickly, a little bit about EagleEye. We provide a secure redemption network that enables people to redeem digital vouchers and digital coupons when they predominantly go in store. I know it's a digital marketing show, but 80% of trade is still done in the high street, and it's still the biggest piece of revenue for retailers. Give you a bit of a clue, over 40 high street retailers use this sort of technology. Last month we put over 1 million customers into store with an average spend of around £18-ish. I'm going quite quick because you're behind time and I need the toilet. Anyway, so it's a numbers game, really, that we live in, and there's some interesting numbers out there. Predominantly in the paper world, the non-digital world of promotions and vouchers, there's 16.6% fraud occurs. If you put that into monetary terms for retailers and brands, that means that they lose around £1 billion a year to fraud. So there's an instant win there by removing paper and moving to a digital format, not necessarily delivered on a digital format, but redeemed in a digital way through the point-of-sale systems. But then since we're at a marketing show, we should mention the real problem that exists underneath the bonnet. All the marketeers around here and in this show, there are 30,000 marketing messages that every individual is exposed to on every day, of which we only respond to 5 of them. So the game that marketing needs to play in the digital world is how to make sure that you're one of the 5. You will only respond to 5. There's so much noise out there, 30,000 bits of noise, and only 5 people will respond to it. Again, going relatively quickly for you. In the old world of paper, which I'm sure you all know about, direct marketing, it used to be paper. People used to get a piece of paper out of a newspaper, a piece of paper delivered through the post, and normally they leave it at home, they forget it, they put it in the washing machine with their rugby kit, they don't have a printer if it's delivered via an email, and basically it just doesn't work for the consumer. The response rates are extremely low, the redemption rates are extremely low. The ability to actually just redeem from a digital device such as your mobile phone in store is missing. So paper, as well as being costly, and we will have a corporate social responsibility, paper's going to go. It'll start declining in use. So today, people talk about loyalty. I'm a big believer that there is no such thing as loyalty. It doesn't exist. What we all are selfish people, and loyalty is driven by what I can get. What does it do for me? You have friends because they look after you, because they're nice to you. You're not just friends with people because you can. Retailers, banks, you're not friends with them because you want to be friends with them. You're friends with them because they can deliver you something which you can't get elsewhere. So loyalty doesn't exist. Friendship does. And friendship in the commercial world is driven by what's it worth to me. Promotions from branded products, Coca-Cola, FMCG, account for 40% of product sales, a big slug of the market. But what's interesting in the paper world, the old world pre-digital, is the brands do not know who is redeeming what or where or when. So the brands have no data. They're blind to the fact that I drink 12 cans of Diet Coke every day. They have no idea. They should be giving me shares, but they don't know I even exist. 51% of shoppers will make a purchase decision based on a coupon. Doesn't mean they'll use a coupon. It means that they will go searching for a coupon for a purchase decision. My friend here, Owen, prime example, sat in ZZ last night, ordered his starter, ordered his probably calzone because he's quite posh, went searching for a voucher after he'd made his order for his meal. Not before. He went after. He had a look after. He would have paid full price. In the end, he did end up paying full price. He's in the wrong restaurant. But that's not the point. He went looking after he'd made the decision to buy. Customers are more savvy. They don't have to be clever like Owen. People go looking. Companies like Voucher Cloud, Gift Cloud, My Coupon Codes, Voucher Codes, etc., coupons.com, mean that everyone is looking for an offer all the time. The customer is savvy. They will showroom, they will go into Dixon's, they will look for a TV, and then they'll go onto Amazon to find out how much it is there and then. Digital marketing isn't just about putting an advert in front of people. It's about converting a sale. It's about making money. And whilst it's just seen as a broadcast advertising mechanic, it's a waste of time and money. It's about conversion to revenue. And that's the critical fact here. So the digital world enables you to do proper shopper engagement, get the consumer to truly engage with your brand or your retailer. Mobile gives you the vehicle for that. I heard a bit of the last presentation talking about whether you have a mobile internet site or an app. People talk about wallets. The mobile phone is your wallet. If you're a retailer, you must have an app because that's how you grow your affinity to that retailer. It isn't about just visiting a mobile internet site once or twice because I want something. It's about building an ongoing relationship, and that is what an app will deliver. Store locator, offers, push messaging, tying it in. The phone is the vehicle. It is the new wallet, the thing that we all carry, we all have at all times. You know, there are stats that say more people sleep every night with their phone than they do with their wife. You know, this is a fact. I'm not married, so I can't comment. No paper, can't forget it, always have it, being able to search constantly. But importantly, we're moving into a world of I will pull what I want when I want it, not just have a whole load of crap thrown through my letterbox in the Sunday Times every weekend. I will be somewhere, I'm in London, I'm in Dublin, I want this, I want that, and to be able to obtain it then. Search for offers and promotions. This is the new world. But the whole time, the brand and the retailer is learning a bit more about me, what I like, what I want, where I want it, to generate ongoing and return revenue. We have to raise the bar. We have to move marketing forward from just broadcast and into this relationship. Make it better for the consumer. Make it better for the consumer, you will make more money out of your investment in marketing. It's quite simple. We're selfish people. If I can get a free pint of Coke, I will go there rather than a free can of Coke. Simple. Learn who I am and provide me what I want where I want. Licenza, who I think have gone bust, have finally stopped sending me text messages to get a discount on bras. You know, I've lost a bit of weight. I don't need them anymore. They've got to stop sending me those text messages. So for the customer, for the shopper, and this is who really matters, it means choice. I can look. It means service. I get what I want where I want it. We have one client who we work with Owen, who has moved all their customer care messaging to digital. So every time a customer complains, and your most loyal customers are the customer who complains and is treated well during the complaint process, that's all been moved to digital. They now get 47% of complainants back into store within 7 days to fix the problem. The Net Promoter Score goes up to 8.6 on whatever scale that is. I'm not familiar with the service. We've moved away because of digital from doing customer surveys where you just win an iPad or an iPod or whatever. Because everyone knows, you see this big poster on a wall in a restaurant, enter our survey for a chance to win 250 quid or an iPod or an iPad. I know I'm not going to win because I'm not that lucky, so I don't bother filling in the survey. We've moved it away. Digital moves it away so everyone's a winner. Everyone who completes the survey gets £5 to spend in store. It's incremental revenue. It makes money from day one because people spend more than £5. Interestingly, with that sort of knowledge, what happens is 10 times more people open up the email to say, please fill in the survey, of which 86% of people complete the survey. Then 38% of them are in store spending more than 500% more than the £5 within 7 days. Free money, easy marketing, but it's results driven. It's proving the investment, and it's a profitable service from day one. Marketing doesn't just have to be about a banner ad on a bit of infrastructure. So the digital shopping will spend more because you can attract them in the right way at the right time. They visit more regularly because you can drive them at the right time into the right place, and they become more loyal because loyalty is driven by what value I can derive from engagement with a brand or a retailer. So if I'm getting the quality of service all the time that I want, I inherently become more loyal, which has a net effect with social media, is that I become a promoter. I talk about where my good experiences have been very quickly. For retailers, don't think there's any retailers here, they get higher value actions. They can drive more revenue. They can trade people up. They can get more visits. They can do immediate and localized campaigns. We can drive somebody to one store which is empty at one moment in time, rather than having to do a whole promotion across the whole estate in one go. They get the data. They know who they've given a digital voucher to, and who's redeemed it, and where and when. And importantly, what they bought at the same time. So you can do trend analysis and start returning revenue, more revenue to the business. And then, of course, the whole point of digital is paid for by the pure fact that you've not got paper. So you don't have any fraud, you don't have any cost of paper production or plastic production, or management costs. It all pays for itself. Typical payback for a retailer going fully digital in their promotional activity is 21 days. That's a typical payback before ROI positive. The challenge is, in the digital world, is there are many ways to redeem: online, in-store, kiosk in-store, mobile POS, all these different ways to redeem. You have one customer. It's not omni-channel or multi-channel, it's one customer. It's single customer view. Steve Rothwell will shop with that shop. The shop should not care how I shop. There shouldn't be a marketing department for digital and for in-store. It should be a marketing department just for me. How will you get me into the shop to spend? Many different channels, mobile, tablet, many issuers. Retailers want to trade in many different ways: Google keywords, Google ads, Facebook, Twitter, voucher cloud, coupon codes, all these different ways. They have to have one way of redeeming this stuff, but it has to be simple. And this is what digital needs to drive at the moment for retailers, and it's delivering. One simple way, one code, one barcode, which is relevant to me. Whether I use it online or in store, I get value. I know none of the crap that's going on in the background and the databases that try and join this back together. One code, one bit of value. I become loyal instantly. Consumers only care about simplicity. And to give you the underlying complexity, on the left you have your creation. Any channel, you have to be able to engage a consumer. The consumer doesn't need to know what's going on under the bonnet. All they do is they get one code, one identity, which will give them some value, whether that be £50 of spend, £1,000 of spend, 20% off. They go into any point of sale mechanic, in-store, online, mobile, and they can redeem it, and I get the value there and then. The retailer in the back end gets the data, issuance, redemption, who I am, what I like, the basket information, what I'm spending on, how you can promotionally drive me to upsell and cross-sell, the location of where I am and where I engage and where I shop, and the media channel that it was acquired from. Retailers now have just suddenly worked out, and the 40 odd that we work with, that every advert they put out there, we can now give them down to an individual pence, the ROI and the uplift to their bottom and top lines that campaign cost. Spend £100,000 on Clear Channel, and we will tell you how much you made back in real time as that campaign's running. This is so important because you want to control spend. You need to make sure your spend you're making is the most effective spend. What is the right channel for you? To give you an example from one of our clients of how they're deploying it, Marks and Spencer's are now have a fully digitized solution through their app. In the M&S app, there are offers. All this content is driven through the offer management system, which delivers, in the end, just a unique code to the consumer that can be barcoded up, or just a unique code can go into Passbook. The point here is that all of M&S is driving people into a digital format for that data. So I get different offers to the offers that Joe will get because M&S are starting to learn about me. They've worked out I'm a fatty and sending salmon isn't right. Send me burgers and I will come, okay? They've worked it out. People often question when the digital transition will truly occur. The answer is it's now. It's happened. Tesco Club Card, I presume everyone's familiar with that. Something like 82% of all Tesco transactions are done with a Club Card. In August last year they went digital on their rewards program. So you can exchange £5 of club card vouchers for, say, £20 in Pizza Express. Okay? This platform used to be paper. They used to post you out the Pizza Express vouchers. On August the 12th last year, we digitised it and went from a paper-based system to a digital system. The success is such that Tesco's no longer offers paper fulfillment. It is a purely digital basis now for all of their hospitality brands in the reward program. It's an example of how quickly it changes. Rather than taking 2 years or 3 years for the transformation to happen, this transformation happened in 6 weeks. There was no incentive for any customer to go digital. There was no extra value to the exchange. Customers just did it, almost overnight. Loads of brands doing it, but importantly, nobody's counting any paper anymore. So Tesco's wins, the retailer wins, and the consumer wins. It's a perfect example of the way digital should be deployed in retailers to grow value. And as I say, paper's no longer an option. I've gone really quick, so I apologise. So I'll do my summary now before going to the toilet. Digital is the future, but it's here now. And where retailers haven't engaged today, they will start to lose market share in the next year. Marketeers need to be pushing for the full digital solution, which is a complete closed loop based on a data program, not just a pure create an advert and pop it out there. Consumers much prefer digital. The engagement rates on digital are around 10 times higher. By that I mean that's actually the conversion rate of putting people into store is around 10 times higher than traditional paper or traditional media mechanics. And the data, which Tesco's have been doing for years, which is why Tesco's went from nothing to the third largest retailer in the space of 12 years, is all based on data. So every moment you do something, collect a bit of data, because that's the lifeblood of the retailer and the brand, data. Without it, you have not a lot to live for. Well, you probably have stuff to live for. Didn't mean it quite like that, but you get the point. There we go. Thank you.
Great. Thank you very much, Steve. Do we have any questions? No? Okay. Well, Steve can now hurry off to the toilet. But I'm sure he can hang around for a couple of minutes if you want to grab him just by the side of the stage. Or I know he has some colleagues here as well. So if you have any questions, please come and grab the guys. Thank you very much. Thanks, Steve.